Guys, welcome to my HUGH Media broadcast. It's the 1st of March, Saturday. It's a nice day, it's not cold. So we're going to be covering a couple of little things today. Earthquake in the mid-Pacific, okay, 4.6 I believe. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that there. And we're going to be covering as well Comet Linear, just to clear things up for people and just to explain a little bit more about what's going to be happening on the 24th of May. But before I start anything, I would like to give a big call out to Kev Baker and the Truth Tube 451 channel. Okay, also they have the Truth Frequency Radio, doing an absolutely brilliant job getting the news out there to the people. You can talk to these people. They're not arrogant in any way whatsoever. They'll answer any of your questions that you have. They're not like the other mainstream sort of bullshitters basically. Really good work there, guys. I got a little mention on the show as well. Thanks very much, Kev, for that. Okay, so we'll get in and get cracking on the news here. Okay guys, I can't stress enough, I keep on at people the importance of earthquakes, especially when they happen in the mid-Atlantic ridge. Now look how close that is to where we are. 4.6 on the Richter scale, and it was a depth of 10 miles. Okay, now that is enough to send a wall of water our way if the tectonic plates give way. Basically what happens is they push against each other until one flips back up again. It's very dangerous for it to happen. It's called tectonic cleavage. You can see there on the little illustration that I've done where the one of the plates is dropped down below the other, causing this sort of floppy carpet, sort of flopping of a carpet effect. If you've ever tried to dust off your carpet, that's the way you sort of flip it like that, and it goes up into this big wall. Now what happens is it gains momentum as she passes through and gets closer to land. I mean, that was a 4.6. Okay, now if we took a 6 or a 6.5 or possibly a 7 in the mid-Atlantic ridge, it would be enough to send a wall of water 165 feet towards the west coast of Ireland. Okay, not looking good, guys, and it would come in at least 7 to 10 miles inland. Okay, I'm not going to leave it to your imagination the amount of damage that will be caused by such a tsunami. And I mean, it can happen, and I keep on stressing this, guys, it can happen at any time. Now, we took this earthquake about 12 hours ago, and luckily nothing obviously has came from it, but I mean, this is an area that should be watched and watched very closely by anybody that's interested in any of this sort of stuff. So we're going to move on to our next topic now, which is Comet Linear. So is Comet Linear going to give us a spectacular show on the 24th of May? Well, I hope so, guys, and I hope we're not going to get hit by any sort of medium to big sort of fragments, because that would be scary, especially as we just talked about. If it hits anywhere in the Pacific or the Atlantic Ocean, we're pretty much all coastal areas will be wiped out. But anyway, on a lighter note, I mean, it was discovered on the 3rd of February 2004, okay? It was also discovered by the Automated Observing Campaign, the Lincoln Near Earth Asteroid Research Project, hence Linear, right? They found this very dim comet, and I mean, they zoomed in and they took the best pictures they could of it, and as I say, it was discovered on the 3rd of February 2004. They've been watching it ever since. Now, it's passed Earth before. It passed Earth in 2008 on December the 12th, but it passed at a really far distance of about 3 million miles. Okay, it's going to be a lot closer on its next approach. Now, its next perihelion passage will be on May the 6th. Okay, so that will be an interesting date for anybody that's interested in this sort of stuff to watch, to see if the mainstream media let us know anything about it, because they were very hush about icing. Okay, people didn't know whether it fragmented, whether it didn't make perihelion, or if it came out the other side of the sun or not. The information was very shady, to say the least, guys. Okay, but there's people like me and a lot of other cracking guys on YouTube that will keep you updated anyway. But the 6th of May is a good time to watch out for this on the news. So it should be seen in our skies then around about the 24th of May. So the best place to be, guys, on the globe would be sort of northern Canada, sort of central USA area, to get the best sort of view. But don't get me wrong, it can be seen from any part of the earth. It's just that this would be the best place to be to watch the show on the 24th. But I mean, don't rule out if he's living, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, whatever, this neck of the woods. Don't rule out going out into your backyard to see this show, because you will see something. I can guarantee you. If you look up at the sky for long enough, 5-10 minutes, you will see something. Now they're talking about the ZHR frequency. Now the zenith hourly rate, okay, is basically what it means, but I'm not going to get technical on this. It just means that they're expecting anywhere between 100 and 400 meteors per hour, okay. Now some experts are saying that it could be up to 1,000, okay. We can't rule this out because they could be right, but the lower end of the scale, you can expect anywhere between 100 to 400 per hour. So it will give us a fantastic light show. So it's going to be coming in from the constellation Camelopardalis, okay? It's far to the north of the sky's dome, if you like, close to the North Celestial Pole. It's a radiant point of possible meteor showers. It's quite a few have came from that region. Now, the reason why it's called Camelopardalis is because it's a very obscure northern constellation. Its name is derived from early Rome, where it is thought of as a composite creature, if you like, described as having characteristics of both a camel and a leopard. It's basically nowadays giraffe, if you like. But this constellation was studied very, very intensely by astronomers from Rome from that era, and they noticed periodic comets coming from this region. So that's where it's going to be coming in from, guys. Now, as I say, for size, we don't know yet. Some experts are saying it's only a half a mile wide. That's what they told us about Ison, and research that I'd done on Ison turned out that Ison was probably about the size of Mars, if not bigger. So they're always going to tell you that it's smaller. They're always going to downplay these things, okay? I can't see how they can reach into deep space with their telescopes and zoom in on something half a mile big. That's in contrast looks a lot bigger when you compare it to other stars in its area or in its region. So sort of way, hold my breath on that one there, guys, because I mean they're going to tell you it's only a half a mile big. I mean, they don't want to scare anybody into thinking it's any bigger, because anything that's the size of a small moon or a small planet will have a devastating gravitational pull on Earth. Now this thing is due to pass in front of us, okay, if you like, on our orbital trajectory, and it'll pass in front of us, and then it'll move on about its business, but then we're going to come into its debris tail, exactly like Ison. Now people thought nothing happened with Ison, everybody was scaremongering and doomsday prophecies and all this carry on. We got hit by 160 odd small meteors in the preceding days after Ison passed us. Now anybody that was watching any of this at all on the web or on their news or whatever media channels that you like to get your information from, 160 odd, okay. There was reports from all over the world. There was even reports from Dublin here in Ireland, okay. So we can't rule these things out. Well, thanks for listening, guys. This concludes today's show, and as usual, I'll keep you all posted on what's happening. Keep safe and keep well.